Hey, fatty! The snake diet is back, baby. The snake diet is back. This is going to clarify what I'm trying to get at with all the stuff I've been talking about. The calorie deficit is king. Calories are king of weight loss. So once you can actually admit to that, now how do you keep the calories rock bottom? With no effort. With no effort. Lean protein. Lean protein. Okay, so people aren't understanding this. So we're going to talk about the super fatties today. Okay, because the funny part is, I actually had a protocol in like 2017 that I was calling Snake Diet 500. Except the macros were screwed up. Why? Because even me, I got caught up in this high-fat bullshit. Okay, a bunch of bullshit. How do you hold on to a calorie count that's that low? Crank the protein. Okay, people are still, they're watching my eating videos that I'm making, and they're still trying to hit some dumb calorie count that they're married to in their head. Okay, like I got women that are still married to like a 1,400 calorie a day diet and shit that are fat. Okay, and then they're literally force feeding. Trying to hit these stupid calorie numbers. Do you not understand? When the protein's cranked, you don't even care how plummeted the calories get. Okay, you're gonna hold all your muscle and lose all your body fat, you dummy. Okay, I have a woman right now that's morbidly obese that's been holding on to 500-600 cal because she's cranking the protein. Okay, let's talk about 500 calories. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's see how bad is that? Is it? So let's say we're actually cranking the protein, and let's say we're hitting, like what I've been talking about, 50 to 60% of those calories are coming from protein, which is the whole reason why you'd be able to hold on to a 1 meal a day diet eating that low calorie count. So let's talk about 500 calories. So let's say 60% of those calories are from protein. So that means 300 calories are the 500 of protein. What's 300 divided by 4? 4 calories a gram for protein. 75 grams of protein at 500 cal. That's still way over the RDA. Okay, some men are trying to pull the protein that low on maintenance, for crying out loud. Now you're going to hear me, baby. Now you're going to hear me. Do you understand? So super fat asses, when you start, especially if you're intermittent fasting, and you start cranking up that protein, it will make it an absolute joke to run the calories through the floor. Because you're not going to be hungry, because the only real food is the protein. Okay, not the carbs, especially not the fat. You're fat. You're fat. Your body will produce all the sugar it needs from turning fat into sugar. Okay, that's how hardcore this can get, baby. You want hardcore? Okay, man, it's funny. Yeah, it is. Now it's full circle. You want to talk about full circle? It's full circle right back to my old protocols, minus the bad macro split. Back then, what I should have been talking about, but what happened was, I should have been talking about cranking that protein up so people can hold on to that low calorie count and have no muscle loss. Like none. 75 grams of protein on 500 calorie OMAD, 75 grams of protein? That's still way higher than most people are getting in. Okay? You'll hold on to especially the people that are even doing that hardcore of a calorie deficit, they're already morbidly obese and completely sedentary. 75 grams of protein is more than enough. 500 calories is plenty, you fat pig. When it's cranked on the protein. Here's what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened. Originally, I was pumping OMAD, okay? and then got into the prolonged fasting, but mainly I was doing a meal-a-day diet with good macros, still getting good protein numbers in. Then YouTube got the best of me. You start looking up, because the fasting leads to all these jackasses talking about keto, and then guess what? I remember it plain as day. Eric Burglar. He's like, oh, you don't want to eat that much protein, eat more fat. And I'm talking everybody started knocking the protein down. I know guys that were like, man, very good bodybuilders that even bought into a lot of that bullshit. That was the problem. It started with guys like Burglar and a lot of these keto guys that were just fat zealots and telling you to knock the protein down, which now you have a situation where how are you going to hold on to 500 cal on some stupid ass crazy low protein split? You can't do it because your body's so hungry for protein. Because that's the only macro that matters. When you're running a crazy deficit like that, the only macro that matters is the real food, which is the protein. The protein. So if you're going like 60% of the calories on 500 calorie, that's going to give you a protein. That's going to give you 75 grams of fucking protein. Which is still like, that is up there. Especially if you're a fat woman. You're going to hold on to every ounce of muscle. That's why you won't even be hungry on crazy low calorie counts. Snake diet 500 fatty. Okay, now that'd be like hardcore. Okay, that'd be, now if you're, some people might even not even want to eat that much. I had to tell the fat girl I'm coaching that we had the breakthrough with after 7 years of bullshit. Sometimes she's not even hungry to eat the 500. When she's eating lean fish and peas and carrots, she has like a few bites, she's not even hungry. You gotta remember these fat pigs just by default are gonna be basically in ketosis all day. Then they eat the meal. Okay, there's just no hunger. There's just no hunger because they're so fat. Okay, ketosis is gonna be so natural that when you're super fat, obviously, because you're just not eating any calories, because you're not hungry. If the protein's cranked. So we need to work from those low calorie counts. Then you'll understand what I'm trying to say. So then if you're some woman that's married to some dumbass calorie count, like 1,1500, that's what I've been eating for crying out loud, you idiot. Okay, you're eating, man, when the protein's cranked, you're not hungry. The calories are going to be low. Okay, and that's where you're going to be like, I'm not hungry, and I've only ate like 800 or 900. Good. Stop, don't cram in your 500, you dummy. That's the whole point. The only thing you care about is the protein count. All the rest of the calories will come right off your fat gut. And when you start to get really lean, like strict lean, then the protein would have to even get higher. Obviously, the calorie deficit won't even be close to as large. Lean protein will allow fat people to basically sustain an insane caloric deficit and be way more anabolic and muscle sparing than some jackass trying to lose weight on a crazy high calorie diet that's just straight fat and carbs and low protein, or straight fat or straight carbs. Because those macros aren't food, you idiots. The only one that's food is the goddamn protein. Okay, you can't build bone and you can't build muscle or anything out of fat or carbohydrate. Okay, and it's not dogma. Like, people are so brainwashed now, they think when I say, oh, he's against fat and carbs now. I'm against calories being too high, you idiots. And I'm against muscle loss. So how do you hold on to all your muscle? If not, you can build muscle. Especially a fat dude, if he wants a fat guy. Let's talk about fat guy calories. A fat guy could easily build muscle like mad on a calorie count. If he was on OMAD, and he'd probably have to force that food in on OMAD, he'd have to break it up into 2 little meals. on 60% protein on a 1,200 calorie a day diet, the super fat guy. Okay, how much protein is that going to be? Okay, what's 60% of 1,200? So 60% at 60, so what 720 cal? So 720 cal divided by 4 is what, 180? I made a post on Facebook yesterday night actually using that exact split because that's such a nice little split. Because the thing is, a 1,200 calorie a day diet. And like I said, if you're too full to eat 1,200, don't eat 1,200. People are so brainwashed with 1,200 is too low. Is it? When you're eating like 50 to 60% of the calories from protein? And if you're overly full and zonked out, then obviously 1,200 is too high, you idiot. Knock it down. Knock it down. Okay? But you could have a guy that's literally on 50, 60% protein on 1,200 cal, a fat dude, a big dude. And he's still going to be at 150 to 180 gram of protein. Okay, 150 grams of protein would be 600 calories, which is exactly 60% of 1,200 calories. Okay, how do you make up, and the rest of those calories, obviously, to not go over the 1,200, you're talking vegetables, you're talking peas, you're talking green stuff, okay, whatever. As long as it's all about the calories being low. If there was some fruit in there, I don't even give it, who cares? The point is, you wrap the protein high, you're not hungry. And you can build muscle like on a crazy low calorie count. Nobody is talking about that. You could build muscle on an insanely low calorie count if you are morbidly obese. If you want to go that route and start pumping iron or doing whatever, as long as that protein is cranked. Okay, and you won't be hungry on the low calorie count. Because the calories don't mean shit. It's the only thing that matters is the protein. The calories for the energy are going to come off your gut, you idiots. We're right back, complete full circle, back to 2016, baby, when I started this goddamn YouTube channel. Except now I'm that little bit smarter. That little bit smarter to tell you to wrap that protein up. Okay? The reason I got inspired to talk about this because my old how to start the snake diet video, the one that's got like over 1 million views, I don't have it up right now, but everything in that video was on point. On point. It's like, if you're not losing weight, eat less. It was talking about the snake juice salts. You need to get your electrolytes in when you're driving the calories through the floor. The only thing I screwed up in that video was saying that carbs were the enemy, and you want to avoid carbs like the plague. And you basically, it was all still about calorie restriction, but I was saying carbs are the enemy, and the fat was whatever's in the meat. But the main message was pull the calories through the floor. But how the hell do you actually do that? Lean protein. That was the one mistake on that old video. Lean protein. And that's when I was still getting the best results. Because naturally, a lot of people were already bumping the protein up. Because they were like, well, geez, they knew they had to restrict the food. Fuller on the protein. The macros, as soon as you get the protein wrapped up, the calories, it's easy to hold a crazy low calorie count. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. A fat dude, a big fat dude, can easily hold on to, if he's intermittent fasting all day, he can easily hold on to a 1,200 calorie a day diet. Easy. When that protein is like up at 150, 180. Okay, 180 protein is gonna be 60% of the calories from protein. 180 grams of protein? You think that fat bastard can't build muscle and lose weight like crazy on a diet that he's tapping 1,200 cal a day and he's at 180 gram of protein? Okay, that's why the calories, people calorie chasing are just idiots. Because the only food's the protein. If that protein's dog shit low, that's why you're trying to chase all these other stupid gimmicks like the sugar diet and shit. Because you're starving to death because you're not getting enough protein in. That's what it is. Or the high fat, same shit. This is how you pull calories down. And you need to understand those calories need to be down for you to lose weight rapidly. You wrap the protein up, you get in a shitload of salt, pickles, and you're basically lean meat and vegetables. Okay, like, you don't go, like, I had to make this videos perfect. Because now you're understanding that we're trying to not have high calories. Okay, you want to rock bottom. And you want to allow yourself to make it easier to crank up protein. That's why you're eating your meat sources. You're not using protein powder. That's a way to get calories in easier. You want to be eating chicken breast, lean-ass fish, the shit that takes time to eat. Because it's about the calorie deficit, you idiots. It's about making 500 cal feel like a pile of food. It's about making, like, say, for the fat guy, making 1,200 or 1,000 calorie feel like a pile of food. And the more food that's in those calories, it's protein, because protein's the only fucking macro that is food, that is actual substance. The other two are pure energy. Protein can be used as energy when you overfeed it. And the other ones have no substance. That's why you're fat ass. That's why this is how you basically cure binge eating, you idiots. You smash lean protein. Combined with the fasting, it makes it a joke. We're talking crazy insane poundage. Like, if you're holding a 500 cal a day diet, if you're a fat sedentary woman, you can pull that off. You can pull that off if you prioritize that protein, you're eating that and vegetables and getting a shitload of salt, you can pull that off. Okay, you can easily pull that off, in fact. Okay, I got a woman doing it right now. She's losing, man, once I got her shit tightened up, she's probably going to, in the next 30 days, she's probably going to drop 30 pounds. Okay, this is what we're talking about, baby. Eating more food, less calories. More food, which is lean protein, which is protein, and less calories. From the worst one of them all for you fat asses is dietary fat at 9 calories a gram. No volume. The fastest way you can wrap the calories up on your food, on your protein, which is food, the fastest way you can crank up just a dumbass calorie count, which does nothing for you but make you a fat ass, especially if you're already a fat ass, is wrap that fat grams up. Okay, this is why I still got people that they're all about, like, I still got dumbasses like, oh, but a ribeye is so great and tasty. Okay, fat ass. Okay, fat ass, go back to your fat ass, stupid ass, zero carb, high fat carnivore group, you idiot. We all know if you go to a carnivore convention, it's just a bunch of fat pigs and geriatrics. That's the kind of people that are biting on that shit. Okay, fat ass. Okay, let's see you run 500 cal. Let's see you run 500 cal a day on your ribeye, you fat pig. Have fun. Have fun. How satiating is your ribeye now, baby? How satiating is it, dummy, on 500 cal versus lean ass protein and vegetables? Idiots. Okay, you'd be like, oh my God, this sucks. Okay, your stupid ribeye all of a sudden because there's no protein. You know how much protein is going to be in 500 calories of ribeye? Like, literally, you're going to be down at like some low-ass number, like 30 grams, 40. Okay, where if you're actually going with lean protein on the 500 calories, okay, and you're listening to me and you're hitting like 50-60% of the protein, you're gonna be at 75 grams of protein. Okay, a woman that's really obese will feel full on that. Okay, calorie control, baby. This is how you restrict the fuck out of those calories. No muscle loss, baby. Nobody can fuck with me on this. Nobody. Nobody. Fuck, I sleep good at night again, baby. I sleep so good at night knowing that I fucking have reclaimed the fucking throne of the best weight loss coach on the planet. Okay? You know, I'm fucking so grateful that I did all this bullshit fucked myself up so many times on low protein bullshit. Okay, doing shit it was fucking making me damn near fucking get cavities. Okay, like just bullshit. Okay, show and you can see how everybody wants that gimmick too because they just flock to it. They flock. Okay, they flock. Okay, nobody can fuck with this. So on the extreme end, nobody is gonna be able to hold a fucking 500 cal a day diet. I hope this fucking video does not get taken down. Nobody is going to be able to hold a 500 calorie a day diet, motherfuckers, not taking my exact advice, which we know 500 cal is going to make you melt. High protein combined with the intermittent fasting, OMAD. Okay, you always get people like, I don't like OMAD. I do better on 2 or 3 meal a day. Yeah, well, try hitting 500 fucking calorie, bitch, on your 2 or 3 meal a day. That's why looking at extremes always fucking brings the truth out. Looking at the extremes. Nobody is going to hold on to a 500 calorie a day diet with anybody else's fucking advice other than mine. Okay? Nobody. Nobody. Which is exactly how I got the fat girl fucking hold on to that kind of calorie count, losing weight like crazy, not even hungry. What is she going to eat 500 calories of sugar? Yeah, she's going to feel really satiated on that bullshit. 500 calories of potatoes even that. Like, potatoes are way up there on the satiation scale. The way those things are measured, it's like potatoes would be up there for a carbohydrate, and they put them above the lean meat. It's bullshit. I realize that's bullshit. It's in the moment because of the volume in the water. But truthfully, the potatoes do not fucking satiate you like that lean protein over like 8, 12, 16 hours. I know for a fucking fact because I was eating straight fucking potatoes for fucking days on end. Okay, there is no satiation on the long haul once you piss out all that fluid. Why? Proteins, there's no protein. And potatoes are probably one of the better carbs because there's some protein. It's a fucking joke. They should not be at the top of that satiation scale. How they measure that shit based on people saying, oh yeah, I feel like this. And literally it's in the moment and there's no fucking comparison. Chicken breast versus fucking potatoes on a 12-hour window, calorie for calorie, that chicken breast would make you feel so fucking full and blow your mind compared to them spuds. Once you fucking piss out all the water from those spuds, there's no fullness at all. And that's the best carb out of every one of them. Nothing beats lean-ass protein for satiation. Nothing. Nothing. In fact, I feel that the peas and carrots, the peas specifically, as far as a plant, okay, as far as a plant, are way more satiating per calorie than the potatoes. Again, the potatoes get that rap because of the water content when you first eat them. But the fucking protein's way higher in the peas. I feel way more satiated for a long chunk of time eating peas versus potatoes. Lean meat and peas, lean meat and vegetables. This is how you're going to lose those big poundages and not even feel it. And the fatties can build muscle on this shit. Now let's talk about another demographic. So you got the women that are like trying to cut like 10 pounds. And they already look good and they're trying to get a little leaner. Okay? You can't force that low calorie count because you're too fucking lean. Your body's going to tell you, F off. You got to lose weight slower, idiot. You're not 400 pounds. Sometimes women and men get caught up that aren't even that heavy, get caught up in watching some fat ass lose crazy poundages. As a percent of their body weight, that's like you losing 1 pound. And not to mention, a lot of you are so protein deficient and restricted for so long, you're going to be so anabolic. When you start pounding in that lean protein, it's going to blow your mind. A lot of you that are like, have been trying to get like this ultra leanness, you're going to be so anabolic that you're going to be leaning out and literally gaining some straight raw meat, baby. Raw tissue, protein. You're going to be building muscle like fucking mad. So like a lot of women have, a lot of times, I say women because they're the worst for this. they have some weight in their head, some goal weight. And when you start eating like this, okay, that weight that you have in your head might be a really bad goal. You might end up putting on 3 pounds of muscle as you're cutting and be leaner at some weight that's a couple pounds heavier than that stupid goal weight you have. That you weighed in like maybe God knows when. Okay, this is when we're talking more nitty gritty, where a woman or a man is trying to like basically, ideally just look as good as you possibly can. Lean year fucking round. That's what's most exciting for me about this. Okay, I'll be able to stay fucking lean forever. And the thing is, it's like that lean protein, when I got it cranked up, okay, it's like it protects me from the calorie devil. It protects me. It kills hunger. It protects me from muscle loss city. It protects me. It allows me to run a calorie count that literally is low enough to keep me lean, yet feels like a stupid amount of food, because it is. It is a stupid amount of real food. Protein. Okay, like if you had some fat pig that's eating like, let's say it's some fat dude, and he ate a pile of junk all day, and his calorie count's like at 6,000, and his total protein was like 100 grams. I eat more food than that fat bastard, but like by 2.5 times. If I'm eating 250 grams of protein on like 1,600 calories, I'm eating 2.5 times more fucking food than that fat bastard. That's where people are delusional. He who eats the most lean protein is eating the most real food. All the rest is just a bunch of calories you don't need, especially if you're a fat ass. And once you get lean, obviously, okay, the protein, then weight loss isn't even on your radar. You're not trying to get leaner. Maybe you're a cyclist or some shit. Then you got to throw in some of those easier to get in energy sources, because the protein will just get so damn high. The protein, the higher it is, the less you're going to eat. So that'd be a situation where literally you'd have to fucking get back to a protein count that allows you to not be as satiated, so you can get in more freaking carbohydrate or even maybe fat if you lived in the Arctic. Because it's so cold you burn like 4,000 calories a day, freeze your bag off. Or if you're a racer, like that's not even in the conversation. We're talking about fat asses trying to lose weight. Do you understand how that could happen though? Imagine Michael Phelps. A guy, that's the extreme end of that. Imagine Phelps where he's swimming like, 3 hours a day or some shit. And imagine he's eating so much lean protein that he literally can't even get the calories in to do the activity. He'd be the outlier where, geez, I got to actually have not even low protein, but not like as high as I'm getting in as a percentage of his calories, to fucking get in more carbs or even some fat, because he can't even keep up on the calories on the carbohydrate. Where he's actually got to get some real dense calories in from fat grams. Are you hearing what I'm putting down, fatty? Are you hearing what I'm putting down? The more lean protein you eat, when you eat, it will make it so you are full on low calories. Low calories. Because your body is happy. Because you're giving it real food. Okay, not some jackass freaking 70% fat ribeye or some shit. Okay, not some tomahawk or bacon or even eggs. Now, once you're ripped, if you want to throw an egg into your diet, go ahead. But eggs are a dog shit protein source. They're straight fat. 80 calories. What? An egg's 80 calories, and it's got what? 6 grams? 6 grams of protein out of 80 calories? That's dog shit. Okay, that's 24 grams of protein out of 80 calories. Okay, 24 grams, so what? You got 56 calories of fucking fat? 24 calories worth of protein, 56 calories worth of fucking fat? Dog shit! Okay, you're never going to be able to hold on to 500 cal, you fat pig. I'm using I'll always just go back to that 500 cal example. Okay, OMAD 5, Snake Diet 500. Base everything on Snake Diet 500. It's like, Snake Diet 500. Cole says, 500, if you can hold 500, perfect. 500 at 75 grams of protein? Super fat pigs, especially women that are sedentary, could easily run that. And if it's a little too hard to run that, then 600. Okay, even let's talk 600. If the protein's cranked. 600 cal, and you got to remember the protein could maybe be as high as 70%. Whatever it takes to drive them calories through the floor, no hunger, baby. Okay, so let's say we had let's even talk 600 cal. The reason I'm even talking about 5 and 600 cal, because 800's a pile. On OMAD, most fat women wouldn't even eat 800. Not if their protein's this cranked. They're not going to eat 800. At 60% protein calories on 800. Okay, what's that? 480 calories of protein. Okay, divide by 4. That's 120 grams of fucking protein on 800 calorie a day diet. Shit, there's guys out there that are trying to hold their protein down at that level that are lean. You think a fat woman's going to be hungry eating 120 grams of fucking protein? Even though it's only 800 cal? Of course she's not. Because, man, the fat bitch can build muscle. She can train like a fucking bodybuilder. The fat woman could train like a bodybuilder on 800 calories at 120 grams of protein, baby. She can train like a fucking bodybuilder. She can do that on OMAD. She can train later in the day, smash that, and she might not even get it in. Okay, I'm not telling you to smash in the 800. She might not even get it in. So don't force it. The fat pig can train like a goddamn female bodybuilder. If she was 300, 400 pounds on 120 grams of protein, 800 cal, but obviously there's a reason she's 300, 400 pounds because she ain't training shit. Okay, and she won't even want to eat that much food. Okay, so now this just puts a pin in it for any of the women that are watching my videos and they're like married to some calorie count, like 13 or 14 or 1500 calories, and then you're trying to hit 50% of the calories and protein and your stuff's so bad that you literally are like in a food coma, you idiot. Pull the food down, dummy. Okay, most of you women, I'm going to tell you right now, unless you're highly, highly, highly active, if you got any fat on you at all, I'm coaching women right now as we speak that have like 12 pounds to lose. And I mean, they competed in bodybuilding at like 117 pounds. So they're really lean. And right now they're like 130. They're eating under $1,000. They're eating under $1,000. So how is some random average ass bitch that trying to force in like 1,400? I had 1,400 calorie days. Did you see how much food it was when my protein was wrapped up? There's no way in hell that a woman should even be attempting to eat that much food. That's why you feel like shit. You're overfull, way overfull. And then you're like, oh, I don't have any energy. I just want to be on the couch or some fucking bullshit. Because you're force feeding, you idiot. Okay, you need to have the opposite mindset. Okay, you need to have the opposite mindset. Okay, do OMAD, dummy. What you need to do is test the waters on the low end. Fast all day. Fast all day. And then have some vegetables. And then smash in lean protein until you feel great. Okay, and if you know the calories are rock bottom, I wouldn't even care if you throw some fruit. Man, we're just trying to restrict the calories. I have to always bring that back. And if you end up eating like 800 and your proteins, literally like what I just said, it's like if you're on 800 calories, if you're at even 50% protein, you're at 100 grams of protein. There's nothing wrong with eating 800 calories, fat ass. Even if you're a woman that's only got 10 pounds to drop. You're force feeding, you idiots, because you're married to these calorie counts they've been feeding you. You're like, oh, I need to eat $2,000. $2,000 of what? No food. $2,000 of dog shit protein levels. That's what? Oh, I need to eat this much. This is how, why, especially with women, because they're smaller than men, why they're so brainwashed. And they think that these like even my Fitness Pal, I haven't even seen that in use for a while, but you couldn't even pull the calories lower than 1,200 on that stupid app. Are you serious? Most of you women eating the way I'm saying right now, you'd be forcing in 1,200 if you're trying to hit these macros. This high in protein, you'd be forced it in. Okay, like your stupid app's bullshit. All you need to do, test the waters, you fat bitch. Fast all fucking day. Fast all day. Have some vegetables to start just to make sure. See, this is the one thing I will say. Get some vegetables in first or some pickles or something. Because if you have the lean protein first, you might be so full you can't even get in any fiber. So start your meal with some fiber. And then knock back your lean protein, baby. And if you end up being stupid full and you're tracking your calories, and then you're doing a meal and it's only like at 600 or 700, so, I just went through it. At 600 calories, even at 50% protein. Okay, at 600 calories at 50% protein, you're still at 75 grams of protein. 500 calories at 60%, you're at 75 calories of protein. Most women aren't even getting that in on their stupid high-calorie, fatter than hell bullshit. That's why they're so fat and hungry. It's the protein! This is why everybody's on their stupid supplements and GLPs and TRT and fucking bullshit. Because they don't eat enough protein calories. They don't eat enough protein calories. All of a sudden now, you got women that are like, Cole, this is crazy. I'm seeing in the comments slowly, people like literally eating like 900 calories and they're full. You'll start to understand, you fat pig, that you could actually sustain a calorie count that is rock bottom for the rest of your life because it's not actually even low like they say, the fat pig crowd. It's not even low. As long as it's high in real food, which is lean protein. I'm telling you this from first-hand experience here. Okay, do you see my calorie count? There's no guys my size hold on to these low calorie counts. 1,400, 1,500. Like, I was cutting body fat too quick at this level that, like, I had to open up my eating window. That's what's going to happen. I had to open up my eating time. Even if, you might get to the point where you're going to eat all goddamn day just to hit a reasonable calorie count because you're just getting too skinny. And I don't even like using that word skinny now. Getting too fucking lean and jacked. Because you're holding all your muscle. You're not building it. You guys don't even have a clue what your potential is. Not even a clue. Body composition-wise, you have no idea. You have no idea what your potential is body composition-wise. Meaning, muscle mass to fat ratio, baby. Okay, this is such an awesome lifestyle. Like when you are chasing protein, that your weight number won't even be on your radar. Because you'll just be staying lean so effortlessly, you'll be more focused on just getting in better shape. Getting some fucking muscle. Some mass. Some lean mass, baby. Not this mediocrity bullshit. Bullshit. The calories will just by default, especially if the fat pigs, it's a non-negotiable that the super fat pigs should be fasting all day. Because they're literally trying to drive those calories down to as low as they can get it with as much adherence as possible. And OMAD is still, number one in that situation, hands down. Not eating all day. In fact, when they do eat, a lot of times that could maybe be a trigger because now their mind's on food even. Where if they make it through the day, which is not even hard, you get your damn steak juice salts in, and you end up eating snake. You end up eating snake diet 500 that night, fatty. Shit, I had the fat girl I'm helping. She did basically snake diet 200 the other night. I had to tell her, yeah, it's because she went to eat after work and she like literally touched the chicken and some vegetables. She wasn't even hungry. And then it was like, she had told me what she ate. I'm like, okay, if you're hungry before bed now though, don't go to bed like feeling hungry because you haven't eaten nothing, 200 cal. And I'm like, just have a snack. Okay? Snake diet 200. Not even forced. Because the protein. And because she's so fat, the body's waking up. Okay, all those hunger hormones and shit are working properly again, like the leptin feedback loop and shit. Okay, that's another good thing. OMAD is king for fatties, hands down. Everybody should really just start with OMAD and then work it backwards. So even if you're ripped, you wouldn't be ripped. Even if you have like 5 pounds that you're trying to cut, start with OMAD. Okay, push that fast. And then vegetables, protein till you're done. And see what happens, see how you feel, and run it. Run it. And if you feel like shit because you're just losing weight too quick, then eat a second meal, you idiot. Because obviously that one meal, it's just too much real food. Then you open it up. Maybe you'd have a lunch and dinner then. At that point, you're going to be getting ripped. Because most women, they'll probably end up looking something like this. If they're a lean woman and they're holding on to a calorie count that I know for sure you're going to be lean on, especially if you're average height, like somewhere between $1,000 and 1,400 or who knows. Okay, if you're ripped, 1,400 is even high. Okay, most women won't be eating 1,400 unless they're getting in a lot of steps. Okay, what'll happen, $1,000 is a lot eating like this. You'll probably end up eating like 2 meals that are like, one of them might be 400 and then 600, a little bigger meal in the evening or something. Okay, so it'll be a couple. It'll be a snack and a meal or something. Okay, you just open it up, but start hardcore. Everyone wants to be so hardcore. Start with OMAD. OMAD, push that damn fast. And then vegetables, get some fiber in. I like pickles, okay? And then you see what I eat for the vegetables too. So, and then lean protein. Your calories will be rock bottom. You'll be done. Protein will be high to the point where you'll have no hunger because your body's getting exactly what it needs. Protein, not a bunch of fat and not a bunch of carb calories. It's protein. And then you run it. Just fucking run it. Stop chasing these stupid ass calorie counts that you think are low and they're not even low. You fat pig. Like, man, even back in the day, I'm starting to see now at my size, if I see a woman that's got weight to lose and she's telling me that she's trying to eat like this and she's trying to throw it back 1,400 cal, she's just basically she's literally doesn't have the right message and she's trying to force feed the food. The whole point is to restrict the calories, you idiot. You'd be at like 800, 700, 900 and shit if the protein's wrapped up. Okay? And it's all about the calorie deficit like this title says. So if there was some fruit in there, I don't give a shit. The calories will be low because the vegetables are a low calorie density food. But if you had it doesn't matter. The protein being high is going to make you so satiated, the rest of the calories will be rock bottom. The rest of the calories will be rock bottom. If you notice that you're eating a little more calories because you're adding some fruit in there, but you're still in a nasty deficit, who cares? Okay, it's like, who cares if, let's talk snake diet 500, OMAD 500. It's like, say a woman's doing lean meat and vegetables, and she's literally like full, okay? So she's not trying to actually restrict. She's full on OMAD 500. She's super fat, and she's like, well, I have a taste for a little bit of fruit. Well, if the little bit of fruit makes it so she's eating 600 or 700 versus 500, who fucking cares? It's still 600 or 700. Okay? It's still crazy low. The calories fucking are everything. But if you're really fat, I'm here to tell you the way to run the calories the lowest with no hunger, which is going to be lean meat and fucking vegetables. And you need to get your salts in. When the calories are that low, you got to make up the salts. That's the one thing that'll make you crave some trash, especially when it's clean like this. Unless you're buying some of the packaged meats, it's pretty salty too, but you salt the shit out of it. Sodium and potassium. The snake diet is back, baby. It's back. Okay, it took me fucking 10 fucking years to basically tweak what I had started. Tweak it perfect. And all I had to do was get off that stupid fucking low protein train back in the day and tell people, smash protein on your meal a day diet. Even if somebody was like, man, it's so fucking easy. So you understand when I go through this one more time. You understand when you're fucking around with stupid high fat bullshit and you're just never gonna be able to have a 500 calorie day. Like, have fun eating 500 calories of ribeye. Tell me how satiating it is then. Okay, everybody that says ribeye is so satiating. Yeah, after you eat 3 fucking grand worth, you fat pig. Because nobody in your stupid carnivore community, everyone's in Stall fucking City and doesn't even talk about the weight loss no more. It's just a fucking cooking channel, all these stupid carnivore channels. It's fucking bullshit. Calories too high, too much fat. And that's the reason I fucking hack on them so bad. Because they use verbiage like, eat more protein. But then all the dummies and muppets, even the carnivore MD idiots, they're showing you protein source. I see this every fucking day. Somebody will be like, eat more meat, it heals you and shit. And the picture or the meme is ribeye. That's like fucking 60% fat. Every fucking time. They're like, eat more meat. And they're showing a goddamn ribeye. And then in the comments, it's nothing. Anybody even brings up the calorie count, and you'll see they get hate if they say, why would I eat ribeye? Isn't chicken breast leaner? And all the Muppet carnivore fucking idiots that are literally just so brainwashed as being in the cult will be like, oh, ribeye, ribeye, ribeye. Ribeye that's literally got like no protein compared to that lean ass chicken breast. Ribeye's got more micronutrients. Idiots. Idiots. Okay, and then they avoid chicken. They'll demonize chicken. They'll demonize fucking everything that's not stupid ass, fatty ass red meat and fatty pork. Fuck, there's some lean pork out there. But like, have fun trying to fucking feel satiated on 500 calorie of bacon. Have fun, fatty. What is that like? What is that, like a quarter of a cup of bacon? Fuck. Give me a break. Give me a break. This is the problem. You eat too many calories via pure-ass energy sources. Fat being the worst. And you don't eat enough real food, which is protein, period. Not to mention, the thermic effect of food comes into play for real now, because your protein numbers are so fucking high that you literally you're going to burn another. So say, I've used examples like this before. I'll try to use an example. So let's say you're so stuffed on like 800 calories. Okay? And let's say of that 800 calories, you were at 60% protein. 60%. So of that protein, that's 480 calories of protein calories, right? 480? 480 times on the high end, like 0.3, like 30% of the 480. 30% of the 480. Okay? So even 20% of the 480. Okay? 20% of 480 is what? 96? That's 96 calories you can subtract from the total 800 from the thermal effect of food just for your body to find the energy it uses to break down the protein. And you know what's funny? People will hack on that point. Oh, that's why protein, you shouldn't eat all the protein because it's stressful because your body has to use energy to break it down. You know why protein takes so much energy to break down? Because it's real fucking food. It takes energy to break it down because it's real food with amino acids out the ass. It takes no energy to break down dietary fat because it's not fucking food. It's just raw, dense fucking energy. Okay, it takes a little more energy to break down the carbohydrates because usually they're coming with some micronutrients and shit. Okay, the protein takes crazy energy to break down because it's real fucking food. That's not a negative thing. Oh, it's hard to digest. It's real food, you idiot. It takes time to break down and turn all the fucking protein into amino acids for your body to use. This is why you don't need to be on peptides and fucking GLPs and shit. Because you just need to eat more fucking protein. Real food. Lean protein. This is how you run a nasty deficit and lose weight faster than anyone on the fucking internet. Until next time, the snake diet is back, baby. Okay? Crazy low calories, which are easy to hold on to a crazy calorie deficit because you crank the fucking lean protein.